All right, I'm here with Kings Fork head basketball coach Rick Hite. His Bulldogs went at 61-55 over Cape Henry tonight in a public school versus private school showdown. They moved to 6-0 overall. Coach, interesting style. Cape Henry's got the size with the big guys in Greg Melvin and Bryson Spell. You like to play in transition tonight. It looked like you had spurts where you get it, but they kind of slowed the game down the half court. Are you pleased that you had a tight game, had to really grind it out the way you guys did, and you responded?
Well, we expected it. You know, we want to play fast, but I also believe that we got tough kids that can execute in the half court, and especially defend the half court. You know, we know it would be a full-quarter game, and we just wanted to get stops when it mattered the most.
First half, it looked like Jay Nips, who's leading the area in scoring. He's been just absolutely fabulous so far. Was kind of forcing a little bit, kind of pressing, but when the game slowed down at crunch time, he made, much like the Lanston game, the right plays, getting the ball to his teammates. Tyler Chapman for threes. Monty Hill had his only basket in a key spot there in the fourth quarter. How big was that for him to not try to force it when it was late and he let the game come to him and did the right things there?
They did a really good job of two things. A, pressuring up, but also not a lot of teams have a second line of defense like Cape Henry. You got Melvin and Bryce back there, you know, long, physical kids. So, you know, he got past the one, but the second line of defense was there. And we just talked to him about, hey, you know, read the situations. And he showed so much growth and maturity to be able to make the right plays late game.
Speaking of growth and maturity, I know a guy that he's super talented, Quentin Livingston.
Yes.
You barked at one point, like when he got his fourth foul, hey, either you do it or you come out, and he had a couple big defensive rebounds, drew a charge. How crucial was that for you guys to hold on?
Again, I think the charge he took is everything that we need from him. You know, the kid's going to score, he's going to rebound, but to have him step in the most crucial situation of the game and take a grown man charge says a lot about him and his willingness to buy into what we're trying to do.
Roles on this team, very interesting. I mean, we know about Epps and his scoring ability. You got the two guys inside with Campbell, Brevon Campbell and Quentin Livingston. Chapman hitting the threes. Then George Beal, I mean, you can make a case he'd be a leading scorer on most teams. Tonight he comes off the bench, gives you 14 points, and also had some crucial rebounds as well.
G is one of the best players in the area, bar none. I mean, he can score the basketball outside, inside. He could defend. He could facilitate. And tonight, you know, we got him back. You know, his first game back after a couple games away. And you know, we're lucky to have him.
Two more for us to go. It's so interesting. A lot of your games, because of the way you guys play, there's a lot of free throws. Have you guys had to adjust to just kind of the physicality and how the games are called this year as opposed to
absolutely. And we talk about that all the time in practice. You know, we're going to play the way we play, and you know, sometimes we foul. But at the end of the day, we consider it like, you know, we're just going to keep wearing away on teams, and hopefully, you know, it wears them down come late game. And then we're able to step up and make the right decision and make free throws on our end.
We know there's some new faces on this team, but this is a type of game that feels like it had a playoff feel to it.
It did.
What do you take from this win? What do you want the guys to use from this game as you move forward and try to grow?
Well, here it is in December. You know, we done challenged ourselves at the early part of the schedule. We'll challenge ourselves again in the middle part of the schedule, all to make us better late game and late season. And, you know, we'll look back on this and say, hey, you know, we could win a game in the 50s if need be, or if it gets up in the 80s, we like to say that we could get to then too.
We'll see you next week in the holiday tournament. Have a good Christmas.
Appreciate you, Matt. Same to you.
You got it.